Hi there, Mrs. Ehlke here. Today I'm doing a project that celebrates the cross and what it means for our Christian faith. Right now we are coming up on the season of Lent, so I thought this would be a good one to do for Lent or for Easter. This project uses aluminum foil and sharpies and has this beautiful glow to it. It would make beautiful decoration for your church or school or even at home as well. So I will show you the steps that you need for this. Again, thanks for joining me on Ehlke Art. If you are enjoying these videos, please like and subscribe down below. And I love to see your projects. So if you try this project out, maybe at home or with your class, please share the pictures with me so I can see how it goes. All right. Thanks so much for watching and enjoy the process. Today I will be using some various supplies. I've got some aluminum foil, piece of cardboard, and it should be smaller than aluminum foil. I've got some masking tape, some yarn, it doesn't matter what color. I've got some scissors, some colored Sharpies, again, those don't matter the color either. And then I have a ruler in case I want to use that for my straight lines. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a cross. So I'm going to put my ruler a little bit off-centered and I'm going to draw a vertical line, so up and down on my cardboard. I'm going to move it over off-centered on this side and again go up and down with my cardboard. Notice it's about 2 widths of the ruler thick. Then I'm going to make my horizontal lines for my cross. I'm going towards the top here, adding a line, and then again I want to try to match that thickness, so I'm going to go ahead and make the second line here. Notice I didn't measure, I just kind of eyeballed it. If you want to measure, you can. The next thing I'm going to do is cut out the 4 corner shapes. So I've got 2 rectangles and 2 squares that I need to cut out. Cutting on cardboard can be a little bit difficult, so you might really have to use your finger muscles to make sure to get that cut, okay? Otherwise, sometimes you can use some special scissors or cardboard cutters to help with the cutting. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that out and we'll continue to cut all 4. All right, my cross is ready to go. So now it's time to wrap it. I'm going to get a piece of masking tape and I'm going to tape the end of my string somewhere on the back of my cross. And then I'm going to go ahead and wrap it. And you kind of want to do this tight so that it doesn't move around too much. It doesn't really matter where you wrap or how many times you wrap, as long as it's just kind of an interesting pattern or design. Now, if you're having a hard time getting the string to stay where you want it to, you can always use your scissors to add little nicks in the cardboard, and you can kind of stick your yarn in those nicks, and that will definitely help your yarn stay where you want it to on your cross. But I'm just holding it carefully and pulling it nice and tight as I work so that I can get it to stay where I want it to stay. So you might have to kind of play around and see if you can make it cooperate with where you want it to go. You can even do it like all the way from top to bottom or from one side to the other side. I think I'll do that here. Bring it all the way across on there and then all the way up to the top and all the way up to the bottom. I think that's probably enough. So I'm going to go ahead and get another piece of masking tape to tape off the other side of my string here, and then I can go ahead and use my scissors to cut off my yarn so that my string is all set on my cross. Okay, so that's what it looks like. I have my cross divided up into all these different sections. Now, if you want to, if you're worried about your yarn moving around, maybe you didn't pull it tight enough, you can always add a little bit of extra tape to the back just to give it a little bit of extra support and stability. So I might do that just so that my pieces don't move around too much, that they kind of stay put. So again, this is kind of optional. You can only You know, add a couple pieces if you want, just for a little bit of extra support on the back. All right, that looks good. Next, we need to wrap this cross up in aluminum foil. So I got my aluminum foil. I'm going to turn my cross upside down, and I'm going to get my scissors and make some diagonal cuts towards the middle part of my cross, in the parts that kind of come in. So I've got one right there. I've got a diagonal cut here, and it really doesn't matter like where your diagonal lines are, as long as you go kind of close to those areas in the middle of the cross here. So I'm going to go ahead and cut diagonal lines to each one. If you need to turn your cross around so that you can get there easier, great. And I'm going to fold these pieces of foil kind of around. I'm wrapping it around my cross and kind of pulling it up in the middle, and then I'm just going to fold the end up. So I'm just wrapping up the bottom of my cross. I'll do the same thing to the top. So I'm starting by bringing my foil in towards the middle and then kind of pushing it down to fold over the top. Bringing it in towards the middle and pushing it in from the side. And I will go ahead and do that with the other side too, so that my cross is nice and wrapped up all the way around, getting it nice and even. Notice I'm keeping all of the aluminum foil on the back of my cross so that the front will be nice and smooth, okay? So I'm getting like these little edges here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and secure the aluminum foil with some more tape. So I'll just stick a piece like this on the back, and then I'll put another piece on the horizontal line, so going sideways like that, there, and we are good. So there we have it. My cross is nice and wrapped. You can kind of tuck in any extra foil that you see on the front to the back, because we want the front to be nice and neat. And then I'm going to take my yarn, or you can even just do this with your hand, and I'm gently pushing and rubbing on the front of my cross so that the string kind of pops out, okay? And you want to be kind of gentle when you do this so that you don't get any holes. You can do this with your fingers too, just kind of pressing down lightly. Don't press too hard or you can tear the foil, especially if it's kind of just a thin foil like what you use to wrap your food. All right, now it's time to decorate. So I'm going to start by working in a shape with a colored Sharpie, and I'm going to go ahead and color inside of that shape. And again, when you're working with your Sharpie, you also want to be gentle, because you can actually poke holes with your Sharpie too. I just poked a little hole right there, but I'm not too worried. I'll just keep going. It will be fine. So I'm just going to make sure I'm gentle from now on, not pushing too hard so that I don't get any more holes in my project. And I'm just filling in shapes. As I color, I'm trying to fill in some shapes that do not touch, except maybe in a corner, okay? So I'm not doing any shapes that share sides with another shape, but if they touch just in the tip or in the corner, that's fine. So I'm kind of jumping around my cross, adding in some green in various places to give it some color. And I'm going to go ahead and do that with all my colors. So I'll just take turns. I'll do one color at a time, jump all over, and fill in various shapes as I see fit. And then once I've used that color, I'll go ahead and do the same with the other colors as well. And complete! Voila! There is my cross with all of the beautiful colors. I love how it shines when it hits the light. These will make beautiful decorations for Easter or Lent or pretty much any time of the year. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed making these crosses with me. Again, please share those pictures if you have them. You can find me on Facebook or Instagram. Or you can check out my website at ehlkeart.com as well. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.